All right, so let's talk about volume. So we've been talking about volume for, this is day 3 now. So someone tell me what they know about volume. What do you know about volume? Caleb?
It's something not that, so you know how much space that you can fit in.
Okay, so the space of something, of what kind of shape? Huh? A square or what else?
A 3D shape.
A three-dimensional shape, a 3D shape, that's right. So if we look at our anchor chart, it says volume, the amount of space a 3D shape takes up. Okay? So when we say cubic units, and we put that 3 after our numbers, what does that 3 mean? It's got, what's that D word that we use? 3 dimensions. 3 dimensions. It's got the length, the width, and the height. Okay? And so today, we already know that we can use a formula to find the volume, and we can count cubes to find the volume, correct? But today we're going to continue on using that formula because yesterday and the day before, we worked in the back of using that formula and counting the cubes, right? But today when you go back to my station, that's what you're going to be doing. And Miss Cole is going to be with you in IXL, pulling you and helping you because some of those are going to get some big numbers and kind of hard, okay? So that's what we're going to kind of do today. So we're going to start using that formula to do that. Because tomorrow we're going to do something what's called composite figures. And composite figures are some weird looking figures that you're going to have to find the volume of 2 separate and then add together. So I need you to know how to use the formula so then you can do composite tomorrow. Okay? So let's look at this problem. And then we'll go through the number up. So Carl filled the clear box shown below with unit cubes to find its volume. What is the volume of the box? So somebody tell me, we'll write it over on the side, what is our formula for volume? What is the formula? Hi, Zion?
Length times width times height.
Length times width times height. Okay, so they already gave us some numbers to use. So somebody tell me, what is the length of this cube? Of this figure, of the box? Kenya? 3. Okay. What's the width? Bristol? 1. And what's the height? 2. So, order of operations. Now, Ms. Cole mentioned yesterday that multiplication was commutative. Okay? So you can flip-flop them. You can do 1 times 3 and 3 times 1. And they equal the same thing. Well, this works. I mean, if you wrote it like this, if you've got the width and the length mixed up, that's okay. You will still get the same answer. Okay? So what is 3 times 1? 3 times 2? 6. So the volume of this box is 6. Now let's look at these questions. How many cubes are in the bottom layer? How many cubes in the bottom layer? 1, 2, 3. We counted that, but we also can use our formula to figure that out. So the length is 3, and the width is what? 1. So we can do length times the width and get 3. So that tells us our area of our base, or a bottom layer. You remember how yesterday we were showing you on the right side how you may see different ways that you're going to find the bottom layer when we ask you? And you may see an area of the base, you may just see it the base, you may be already at the bottom layer. Well, this is it. This is the bottom layer is the base. So you find the area of the base, length times width, and then multiply the height, which would be 2. So 3 times 1 is 3 times 1 is
3.
times 2,
6.
6. So B says, excuse me, there's 3. How many cubes are in each layer? How many cubes are in each layer? 3. Okay, so there's 2 layers, so there's 3 in each layer. Okay. How many layers of cubes are in the box? Huh? How many layers of cubes? 2. Okay? So, we know that we can just 3 times 2, because we already did how many cubes are in each layer. So there's 3, and then the height of 2, and so there's 2 layers. So we did length times height, and we got the same answer. Or you can do 3 times 2 and get 6 as well. Should Carl use square units or cubic units to find the volume of the box. What should he use? Cubic units or square units? Cubic units. Why do you say cubic units?
Because it's a cube and not.
So what?
Because it's a three-dimensional.
Because it's 3 dimensions. Okay, so when we have that 3, the cubic units, and we put that 3 after a number, what does it mean? 3 dimensions. So our 3 dimensions are length, width, times height. Okay? So we're going to watch this number rock, and that's going to help us get back in the jam of a volume, and then I'm going to explain stations and what we're going to do at each station. Okay? All right. I gotta go through. You got it? Thank you.
Find the volume of a cube. Side times side will tell you the number of times a cubic unit will be able to fit inside it. Imagine a cube with edges of 3. Multiply 3 by 3 by 3 to see it can fit 27 units. Gotta mention that they're cubic. When finding volume, don't forget to mention the unit is a cube with 3 dimensions. To get a rectangular prism's volume right, length times width times the height. Cubic units labeled 3 dimensions when we answer any volume questions. With the dimensions 2, 3, and 6. First find the base, that's length times width. The base is 6 cubes, then multiply the height. 36 cubic units, fill it up just right. When finding volume, don't forget to mention the unit is a cube with 3 dimensions.
A solid shape made of more than one prism has a volume you can find. With this wisdom, think of each shape separately and find the volume of each individually. Then add the volumes 9 and 1, we get 10 cubic units and this problem's done.
When finding volume, don't forget to mention the unit is a cube with
3 dimensions.
When finding volume, don't forget to mention the unit is a cube with 3 dimensions.
Alright, so a unit cube has how many dimensions?
3.
3. Okay? And so, Art, what are those 3 dimensions?
Length times width times height.
Length times width times height. Okay? So we're going to do 4 stations today. KJ, will you get the lights for me, please? So at my station, in the back, we're going to be working on finding the volume for rectangular prisms, okay, using our formula. So that's what we're going to be doing back here at this table. Station 2, you're going to be working on eSpart, the volume assignment I've assigned to you. So it says, and when you log into eSpark, it says math or math assignment, click math assignment. Now when you're finished today, you're going to work on Map Accelerator, because I think we've been working on it for a few days, so you may get finished. So you're going to work on Map Accelerator. At Station 3, you're going to complete the spiral review page for today. So Wednesday's column, that's what you're going to complete. Okay? And when you're finished with that, you're going to work on Map Accelerator. And then Station 4, you're going to do IXL DD15. Now IXL DD15 is a little bit complicated, just a little bit, because you can't count cubes. You have to use your formula, You have to use the formula. Okay? So if you get your scratch piece of paper, I want to see you put length, can't see that, length times width times height at the top of your paper, at the bottom of your paper, so you know what our formula is. Because you may forget after you keep working through them out, but you just know that formula is at the bottom. Okay? Miss Cole is going to be over here helping, so she'll be able to monitor and help you when you need it, so that way you can. I'm going to be in the back working, so I can help you if you need it, but Hopefully, I don't think you will. I think we're all smart to do that, okay? Does everybody understand what you're doing? Okay? So, this group right here, if you will meet me back at the table, and you're meeting me back at the table, and this group, you're station 2, so you're doing E-Spark station 2, okay? I'm going to just put this on the floor so y'all know. Okay? So you're doing the Inside Fire Review, and station 4, you're doing...
Remember that interactive notebook as a resource.
All right. So. All right. So get on our sheet. Everybody got a sheet? Wonderful. All right. So I want everybody to go ahead and write that formula on the top of their sheet. Length times width times height. Length times width times height. Okay? So I want you to remember that. So let's read the directions, and then we're going to do a few, and then you're going to do a few, and then you're going to talk about a few, and then you're going to do some more on your own, okay? So the first one. What is our length?
8.
Hey, so put L equals 8. L equals 8. That says our length equals 8. Okay? What is our width?
6. I mean 4.
4. So W equals 4. And then H equals what?
6.
6. So then we've gotta put our formula together. So length 8 times width 4 times height of 6. Okay?
Look at it.
Yeah, right now.
Dude, we doing time.
We're doing multiplication.
8 times 4 equals.
Hold on, wait till you see. You got it? So then we're gonna do our order of operations. 8 times 4 is what? 32. So B it up, 32, and then drop down multiplication symbol and 6.
6 and 21. What are the factors? 1 and 6.
See, I don't know that.
It's
Well, I've got
nine.
plenty of scratch. Hold on.
It's
I got scratch work on the back. So I'm gonna go 32
You can
times
divide both of those by
6.
3. So divide by 3, you do the same.
192.
That's the bottom.
I need these.
And then B it up. B it up.
This is up.
Divide by
This
3.
is up.
Hold on just a second.
Divide by 3. Do the
Do that,
same to
and then
the
192.
top and the bottom. Right here. That is not.
Alright, so
Divided by 9.
what's
When you about to
9
time,
divided by 9 is
can
1.
you tell like
18 divided
just
by
time
9
to in the one number like 9 times 4, or you got to which one every side?
now you can do anyone, but it helps our brains to remember our formula and length times width, then times height, just so we know, so we keep that order of consistency. Because you don't want to get out of order and then mess up, okay? Because you don't want to try to multiply something twice. So on the answer side of here, where it has the line for number 1, go ahead and write
That's a math fact.
192. Now we've got to write centimeters because it's measured in
That's
centimeters.
right. You tell them.
So 1 cm, and then what do we got to put? What number?
3.
3. Why do we put that 3 again?
3 dimensions.
Because there's 3
3
dimensions. And our 3 dimensions are length,
Height, width.
width. Okay, so there's our 3 dimensions. Length times width times height. Alright, on number 2, I want you to do number 2. Go ahead, just like we did number 1, and do number 2.
Yep.
Are you writing it down?
Do it.
Write number 2 down like we did on number 1.
It is not, you're subtracting. 3 times what will give you 21? 3 times 12 is 9. Yes. Yes. Alright, remember, when you multiply fractions, you can put a 1 under the whole number, right? Okay, and you multiply numerator times numerator,
Alright, 30 more seconds.
denominator times denominator. Look, don't worry about correcting these today.
Alright, Kenya, what did you get? 48 what?
Oh, that was right.
Centimeters. Or you says 3, you say not dimensions, cubed. So it's centimeters cubed. What did you get? 178 centimeters. Centimeters, what do we call that? Centimeters cubed.
Cube.
We say centimeter cubed. And what
So
did you
you
get?
just had your decimal in the wrong
48
place.
centimeters cubed. That's okay. I want to show y'all because I had several people do that in first
Yes.
period. Okay, so we are looking. What is our length? What is our length equal? Okay, so did anybody else put a different number for their length?
You just had the decimal.
2. So length times 2. Width is what?
When you divide,
What is
when
the
you
length?
divide decimal.
4. And the height is
2.
6.
If you
Okay,
move it on the outside,
we multiplied.
you gotta move
Oh,
it
look
on
like
the
you know that when I did number 3.
Okay. We'll look and we'll get to that one.
Can,
2
so now you just
times
have a
4 times
Well,
6.
2
Well, what
fit
is
in one.
what is 2 times 4?
Can 2 people fit in one sheet?
8
Nope, so we put an X.
times 6.
Okay.
48.
Now, 2 will go into 4 one.
So 48 centimeters cubed. Good job, Lacorian. All right, so number 3. Why don't KJ and Lacorian, why don't you do this one together?
Sure.
And Kenya and Alyssa do this one together.
Now, what's 6 divided by 2?
Do that one together and then y'all talk about it and see if you got the same answer. Just make sure you got the same thing. Make sure you did multiplication correctly.
No.
KJ, put on your mask, please. And hey, KJ, will you check your work? Just make sure. Check your work.
Alright, you should, right here,
No.
that should be a 0, all right?
There's one front right here.
Huh?
Put them both off there.
Okay, well check your work and then y'all are gonna talk and see if you got the right
Put
answer.
the decimal at the
Stay
end,
together.
it goes right there. That's right, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
You got it.
This is how it should have been written. No, you didn't. You didn't have your decimal right there. 2 times 7 is 14.
Did you check yourself?
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So yeah. This was correct.
All right. So what did y'all get, Lacorian?
178.
You got 100. Okay, so Lacorian got 108 centimeters cubed. So what did y'all get?
98.
98 centimeters cubed. So let's look at it. All right. So we had 4 equals what? What is 4 equal?
4 equals
Length. What about the width?
3.
3. And our height.
9.
All right.
Good job.
9. Okay. So you can do, well, let's do length times width. Okay. So 4 times 3 times 9. 4 times 3 is 12 times 9. Well, Mr. Sapp, I kind of struggle with my 12. That's okay. We can set that bad boy up. 12 times 9.
18.
Okay. 2 times 9.
18.
18. Bring the 1 up.
That looks good. What?
What's
That's right.
9 times 1? 9. And then,
You
so,
subtracted,
and
didn't
then 9 plus 1?
10.
10. So we have 108 centimeters cubed.
Thomas, are those working?
Alright, how? Alright, so look. Where's your work at?
Right there.
Right here? Okay. So you did 36 times 3. Okay, well, we'll try that. 36 times 3. You did an 8. 6 times 3 is 8. Carry the 1. What's 3 times 3?
Okay.
3 times 3.
Go up.
3, 6,
So
9,
what you do
12.
when you do division,
3, 6, 9.
like keep,
No, no. Look, look.
flip.
3,
So go
6,
in here,
9.
2 over 1.
Look,
So you
3,
keep the
6,
first
9.
fraction. Then change
Listen
the
to me.
division to multiplication.
6, 9. How
And
many
then
fingers do I
flip
have?
the last fraction.
3.
it
So
should
3
be
times
8
1 is 3.
over 2.
3 times 2 is
Now you can just multiply.
6. And 3 times 3 is 3, 6, 9,
That's
9.
2.
So then 3 times 3 is 9 plus 1
10.
10.
And then
Good job. So 108 centimeters cubed.
Oh, I just did my calculation.
You did, yeah, you did. That's okay. We can work on a multiplication. All right, and then if you will all do number 4 independently. Do number 4 independently. Now, number 4, it could be a big answer, so you have to make sure you do your calculations or multiplication
Keep,
correctly,
change,
okay?
flip.
Okay.
Make sure you do that correctly.
Do you have more questions?
What? And keep the first, fraction the same. Change the sign. How'd you do that?
First one, number 3, number 4. Excuse me. I think he saw that 4 right there and thought it was number 4. Where number 4's up there? How
Alright.
you doing with Ryan? Good? You
Okay,
getting it
we'll do
figured
the
out?
same thing there.
What about you, KJ? You get it figured out?
I did.
KJ, you can please come on and ask
So
me.
you're trying to do something different. I don't know why you got the 2 right there.
Check again.
Keep the first means 3/4 stays the same. Change the sign to multiply. Then
Alright,
flip.
let's look at yours.
So it would be 8
So number 4
over 2.
is 9. See, you did 9 times 4 times 3 again. But right here you have 9 times 4 times 8. So let's write it right here.
So what would
9
be what number would
eight
go into
times
12 and 16?
What is 9? What is 9
What
times
can you
8?
divide 12 and
Do you
16
remember?
by? Like if you were
72.
simplifying your
7, and then you bring the
fractions,
4 down, and
12
then you
and
beat it up.
16,
72
what would
times
you
4.
divide
I don't know what 72 times 4 is. That's okay, we can set it up. 72 times 4. What is 2 times 4?
8.
8, right? Okay. What's 4 times, what's 7 times 4?
So what could you divide 12 by?
28. So about 28.
No, what do you, a small number that you can
28.
divide by?
So right here, what is your answer?
What goes into 12 and into
288
16?
centimeters.
What multiplication number do you know when you count by, you go 12, 16? What are you counting by?
Okay, I see what you did. 8 times 4. 8 times 4.
Counting by 4s, aren't you?
Times
4,
What's
8,
times 4?
12, 16. So you would divide by 4.
4,
So 4 would be your greatest factor, okay? So you have to turn it over and do that on the back.
20,
Yes.
24, 20, 8,
Yeah.
32. Okay?
I want you to
32.
show me what to do. So I know that you know what to do.
Alright, let's
What
check
did you
it.
divide by?
32 times 9. Did you figure that answer
Okay,
out?
well, show me.
208. Good job.
Okay.
Alright,
What
and then
number
last,
can
since
you
you have
divide?
number 4, if you'll do number 5 for me.
25.
If you will do number 5 for me. Okay, then.
What number of your multiplication facts do you know equals 27?
Is it loose, KJ? It is? Alright, come around here, we'll get it to you. Come on.
Keep, change, flip. Keep, change, flip. You're not keep, change, flip. You're not keep, change, flip. You're not doing that. Dividing fractions, you have to keep the first, change the sign, and flip it.
Alright, is that better? Is that tighter? You can't see that right. Good. Alright, fix 288 centimeters cubed. Good job. And do number 5 for me, please. Good job. Thank you so much, LaCoyan. If you'll go ahead and do number 6. Oh, 288. So you do number 5 for me. What you got there? Caleb, remember our working expectations. That's an independent group, independent working expectations.
Hold on.
Just this way. Good job, KJ. Will you do number 6 for me? That's right. Will you do number 6 for me, Alyssa? Let me see. Let's look at it. Alright, so I see what you did right here. This was supposed to be a 3. So you did this part right, but you got the wrong number, and that's okay. 4 is 8 times 3. 3, 6, 9, 12, 18, 24.
You haven't got it lined. Okay, remember, when you multiply decimals, you don't line them up.
Did you get it? Alright, hold on
Okay,
just a second.
don't
We'll get
line 'em
everybody
up.
there.
You do it
Oh,
like
let's
this.
look at this.
Now try.
What's 2 times 3? 6. Alright, put 6 there.
2
Now
divided by
what's 6
2,
times
8.
3?
18.
18.
Divided by
You were going too fast. That's okay. We gotta slow that brain down there, KJ. Alright, good job.
Flip.
I don't know why.
What can you put under there? Keep the first. 2 over 1.
Once you wait.
Change the sign from division to, oh my
Alright,
God.
just a real quick check.
Multiplication.
Well, everybody on the back, you 3 right here.
Then flip the
it's just
second.
working. On
So
the back, I
instead
need
of
you
2
to write
over
2
8,
things.
it's 8
Okay?
over 2.
1, I need you to put group
Then
number
you
1.
multiply. That is
On
how
the
you
back
divide
somewhere.
fractions.
The group number 1.
Change, flip. Keep, change, flip. Keep the first, change the sign, flip the fraction.
And then I need you to put your name. That's what, perfect. So put group number 1. KJ.
1, 2.
Alright.
Mr. Saya,
Yes, ma'am.
may I see a Zion for a moment?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Zion, will you walk to the office for me,
5
please?
halves.
Thank you so much. Hey, Zion, will you put your mask on for me?
I don't know, 5 halves
Thank
equals
you.
how many fourths?
Alright. So, once you put group number 1 and you put your name, I want you to write one thing.
No,
One
I'm
thing
gonna say 2.5 fourths.
that you want
That's
to know
2.5,
about
but it's not
or anything that you're
2.5
not sure of.
How many fourths is that? Count the gray
Anything we're not
fourths.
sure of.
Count the gray fourths.
Anything
Count.
we're not sure of. If you're not, if you think you're comfortable with volume, just give me a smiley face. If you think you're comfortable with volume, give me a smiley face.
How many gray fourths? This is a whole, you're counting a
Alright.
whole, I
Thank you
need
so
the
much.
actual fourths.
Alright, so if you, I will keep on to these. Alright, perfect. Alright. I will keep on to these, and if you'll head back to your seat, I'm gonna call station the timer. Come on, KJ.
What station are we
Yeah,
on?
you can.
You're gonna go to station number 2. Yeah, and I'm gonna actually move everybody.